Hey everyone, just thought I had to jump on, because I was working on something this morning, and sometimes when I'm, I get really inspired by something, I just can't wait to just, talk about it. It's just kind of my thing. Now, most of you, or many, probably not all of you, a lot of you probably know that, as well as, I've got a degree in chemistry, degree and PhD in chemistry, but, I'm all about, continually learning. So, as I say, some of you probably know that I'm in the fifth year of a university degree that I'm doing part-time in mathematics and physics. I've got to study and learn about the mathematics underneath quantum mechanics and relativity, Einstein's relativity, gravitation, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I was doing a couple of wee bits of fiddly calculations this morning. I just had to kind of dive on. Now, there's a reason why I'm filming this wee video with a staircase behind me, because get this, if you had to live the entirety of your life at the top of the flight of stairs, then you would actually age 1,000th of a microsecond faster than someone else who lived the entirety of their life on the ground floor. I mean, it's not really that much to argue about regarding who gets the top bunk, and arguably you would probably live a 1,000th of, a nanosecond, maybe even a picosecond longer if you slept your entire life on the bottom bunk. But anyway, we're not going to split hairs about that. But the point I'm making is this is a real physical phenomenon, and it's because gravity actually stretches space and time, just like a piece of elastic. You can take an elastic band and you can stretch it. It turns out time and space, space-time, is an incredibly stretchy piece of elastic. It's unbelievably stretchy. We just don't notice it because we're all living on the surface of the Earth. So pretty much the same gravity, but it's a real thing, because GPS satellites that orbit, I think, at about 20,000 kilometres, they continually run Einstein's equations, like gravitational and speed equations, and if they didn't, your sat-nav, all location services, your maps would be out by about 10 kilometres a day. So it really, really matters. We just don't notice. But here's the thing where you would notice it. If you happen to be standing, on a spacecraft, say, or a planet, right close to the edge of a black hole. Now, say a black or a neutron star. These are points out in the universe, in the galaxy, where gravity is unbelievably strong. And what that means is space and time is stretched, like literally the stretchiest piece of elastic you could ever imagine. But if you were in that space, you would stretch. But the thing is, you wouldn't notice, because all the space around you would stretch, but so would the space inside your body, so would the space inside the atoms inside your body. So you would never notice. But because it's space and time that's stretching, a second for you, instead of going tick, 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 a second would actually go tick, tick, something like that. But you wouldn't notice, because you're in that space, and that space is inside your body as well, so you actually wouldn't notice. What you would notice if you were looking at something else is, from your perspective, relative to you, this is why it's called relativity, relative to you, what it would seem like, because your space and time is stretching, it would look like everyone else's was contracting. So what you would actually see is everyone else's seconds going tick, 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 tick. If you were looking at the Earth, it would go that was actually featured in the movie Interstellar that starred, Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, and Jessica Chastain. And, on the surface of a planet, they were there for about 6 hours, close to a black hole. But the ship, which was just a couple of miles away, when they spent I think it was 6 hours on the surface of the planet, it was, when they got back to the spacecraft, 20 years had elapsed, because their space and time on the planet close to the black hole had stretched, but it hadn't stretched on the ship itself. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So I think really the point I was trying to make is, that idea that if you shift your perspective, your experience changes, isn't just a psychological thing, because we know, in our life experience, a shift of perspective helps you to experience things or witness or see things differently. But that's actually something fundamental, this relativity, if you like, that runs right to the very heart of reality itself. anyway, I just couldn't wait to, you know, blather about that this morning. I just sometimes get really excited. So anyway, wherever you are, enjoy the rest of your day and be kind. It's almost always the right thing to do. Bye for now.